Audio's up. We're playing. And of course, I didn't have my rule book, so it's somewhere on the other side of the house, so I'm not going to worry about it. So tonight we're playing some Coriolis. We're starting at the beginning of a campaign. The official Coriolis campaign is what we're planning on running. It's called Mercy of the Icons, but this is kind of a precursor to that campaign. Or it is called, luckily I didn't tell the PCs this before they got on the ship, which is called the Ghazali. This is called the Last Voyage of the Ghazali. Too late, guys. You're already on the ship. So there was a distress call a couple weeks back, about a week back, I guess, at this point, from a mining planet, a mining colony, and you guys being part of a colonizing type expedition. In the past, maybe you have some connections here. You can let me know. It's called the Tsurbi gas mine. It's submerged in the planet's thick atmosphere, the gas planet of Toan. So this mining colony has been up for a bit. You guys probably again had some kind of connection with it, and they got a back at Coriolis, the main offices there, got the colonial agency got a distress call, and then lost contact. So they have rapidly reconfigured this. What was about 30 years ago a luxury liner, the Ghazali. They basically tore out all the extra stuff in it and shoved a bunch of cryo sleep pods in there and a ton of equipment to try to get a crew out there to help, and if necessary, recover the colonists that are on the Tsurbi mine. So you all, volunteered or you did it because it's paying quite well, which is good because you're in a bit of debt with your ship and all that, and maybe it hasn't been so busy for you guys. So this looks like to be not only can you help colonists where you might have some connections, you also are going to come back with a pretty penny in your pocket, some beer in your account, as it would be. Beer is the money of Coriolis. So that's all fine. You got in there, you docked your ship. You went. Now your ship is docked and shut down, and you're doing any of the classic updates and stuff that you might be doing on the ship because it's going to be down for a bit. And you kind of put your pajamas on, well, your little space pajamas as they wear them, and you guys went into the main part of the Ghazali for a nice quiet rest. So, of course, things do not always go as planned, and jumps can be quite dangerous. So, as you awaken, kind of, drowsy and cold because you're awakened awkwardly, you realize that there are emergency lights flashing in the hold as your cryo chamber beds open. But before we get to that, let's go through and let's hear from some of the players. So I'm going to walk through here. You guys can give a little intro on your character. Let me know. So if you were told to leave all your stuff basically on your ship, just come down there with your slippers and your space pajamas or whatever to lay in the beds because you're going to get in your ship when you get to once they do these jumps. So if you did try to sneak anything on. Let me know that, and let me know a little bit about your character and what their kind of before this all happened. Maybe what they were thinking, what they were thinking. Do they have any connections with this mining colony, and a little bit of the past, if that you'd like to indulge us with right now. So I'm just going to start with Young because you're on top. Young, tell us about your character a little bit.
All right, so I'm going to be playing Rahman Al-Qasim. He is a very skilled Zenithian pilot from Kua. He has served alongside the Black Swallows after graduating with high marks from Zenithian Pilot Academy. And after about 2 tours for the Swallows, he was scouted as a test pilot by Halgria Heavy Industries, the makers of the current ship that they're in. I mean, not the big one, but their own ship. When the team procured the ship from Halgria, Rahman was actually invited to be the pilot, and believing that that exploring the vastness of space would be exciting, Rahman jumped at the chance. He has been traveling with the current crew for about a couple of years or so. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm gonna be playing Rahman, the pilot.
Excellent. So you've flown all kinds of ships, and you've been flying this one for a while. Were you one of the test pilots on this particular model, or was this an
Uh,
older model ship?
this was one of the models that uh, they were developing, I suppose, and yeah, he just got stuck with it.
Nice. Stuck with it. And what's the ship's name?
The ship's name, we have voted it to be Sacred Oasis.
Sacred Oasis. Excellent. So the pilot of the Sacred Oasis, Rahman. Did you try to sneak anything on besides your sleeping pajamas?
He has a talisman that gives him +1 to pilot, and he never leaves anywhere without it. So he's wearing that talisman right now.
Okay, I mean that's legit. Anything like that, like jewelry, or whatever, like small things, you're fine. So yeah, you didn't have to actually sneak that. A lot of people, in fact, you would be foolish to fly through the any of the portals without some of the icons looking after you. Uh, so Tony, tell us about your character.
I am playing RF Darvish, the Zenithian from the Debaran home system. He is a data spider correspondent. RF is currently employed as a private investigator, mainly self employed, but he also writes articles on security measures and details security part time. And he is not snuck anything extra into his room. He's following protocol as he does with most things and ideals, but he always looks like he has a permanent scowl on his face, even though it's really not a scowl. He's always deep in thought about something or trying to contemplate how best to handle this and to figure out to read someone if they're telling the truth or not. That is R.F. Darwish.
Excellent. Yeah. So you guys are, as I said, I got box text. I'm gonna do a little box text here. So as you're waking up, you're kind of like you're kind of a little bit fuzzy in your head. You can remember kind of things like you're kind of almost like a dream. You're like, what happened here? And you can the captain's voice. You can hear Captain La Carasa, Carasas. Uh, he tells you we need to all get on ice before the portal jumps. 2 jumps and we'll be there, nice and smooth. The icons are with us. The deckhand smiles. The next bed that you have after this will be comfortable and secure as we rescue the colonists. And cutting to Crystal, tell us about your character.
As the pod opens, uh, you first see uh, robotic hand come out and grab the side of the bed, and pulling herself up slowly is a woman. She has uh, like rough hair. Looks like it looks like she probably hasn't like bathed in a while, though it's probably just that she's always around grease and oil, so it just doesn't come clean that easy. She begins to pull herself up and rub her head, and just thinking to herself like, "Oh man, I always feel so hungover after sleeping in one of those stupid pods." And she leans, she gets up trying to like just get her balance about her, and kind of looking around to see what's going on. Um, and yeah, this is playing Cyrus Toma. She was born on Muria. Has always had an interest in fixing things and making things work and everything. Uh, when she was when she left Myria and started going around various stations, she was in an accident that took her arm, and so she built her own robotic arm, which was an impressive feat for someone of her age. And she's now been with this crew for the last few months or so, because she has not only the debt of this ship on her, but also another private debt that she hasn't really talked to the crew about, and that is Cyrus.
Excellent. So you bought in basically a share of the ship late because they've been together for a couple of years. Did you replace somebody on the ship?
You know, they kind of needed a mechanic, and they were talking about headed out this way, and she had a buddy that told her there was super easy money out this way, that they were always looking for technicians to fix machinery and stuff like that. So she joined up with this crew as a way to at least get out here and kind of see how things went from there.
Okay, very good. Cyrus. Okay, so Cyrus. So you kind of like, when you look around, you can see that the emergency lights are flashing. And there's not a or it's very like soft. This kind of like klaxons, but it's very like dull, and you realize it's because maybe this has never happened to you. But you probably heard it before. In fact, people often can never wake up when these things happen, when the pods open early. So you're kind of a bit dazed. There's like kind of like scum in your eyes, and your ears are all clogged up as you're kind of looking around. And you can just see this kind of like blinking red light and this very, very distant sound. And you look around and you can see that the other pods near are opening. And Nikki, tell us about your character.
So Amira, who despite the scum in her eyes looks like she bathes all the time, is dark-haired, smoky-eyed courtesan. And she was born on Kua and lived in the conglomerate around the base of the monolith for her first 6-7 years, before her parents, wanting a better life for her than she could get as a first come on a Zenithian hegemony-run planet, has sent her to Alam's temple on Coriolis to become a courtesan and study with the courtesans and scholars that reside there. She is captain of their ship, been the captain for a couple of years, and she became captain for her own reasons. She decided to leave Coriolis to explore the stars, and that is Amira Siddhat, the courtesan.
Excellent. So you're the captain of the ship. So why is it that you were looking for a new mechanic only a few months ago? Did something happen to your other mechanic?
We found out that he was stealing from us.
Oh.
Trying to skim parts and materials, and he was very, very upset. I mean, Amira doesn't stand for that, so we kicked him off the ship and hired a new mechanic.
Oh, interesting. So he was like, we need more parts, but he was actually selling the parts, not using them for the ship.
Correct.
Kind of thing. Oh, wow. All right. Interesting. Yeah, so you wake up and, again, you guys have heard of this. You probably never actually experienced it before. They call it the thawing nausea. As you're kind of looking around, you don't hear, you hear this kind of distant, like alarm sound, and then it stops after just like not very long, as your senses start to come back to you and your eyes are clearing. Again, you're laying here. These things opened up. You remember that, as it's all coming back to you. You're in this room that was probably like some kind of a storage, like the rooms where like the servitors of the rich people that were on this ship when it was a luxury liner, where they tore their cabins out and just filled these spaces full of these status pods. And you're looking around, you only see a handful of them opening. Luckily you do see at least a couple of your friends there. And Mike, tell us about your character.
I'm playing Saeed Hafiz. Saeed comes from a very wealthy first-come merchant family. He is used to all the traditions and well versed in the art of commerce. However, he never found himself really liking that world at all. And so at a certain point, he decided to go against what his father's wishes were. And he informed him that he was going to become a doctor instead of a merchant like him. And his father became quite angry with that. Luckily, he has a older sister and an older brother that look out for him. And, they told him to clear out the best he could. He spent some time in school, mainly screwing around, uh, trying to enjoy life as much as he could away from all the traditions and away from it, and really got involved in athletics as well as, just passing grades in the medical fields. He eventually found himself being called up into the military with all his friends joining up during the Troubles. He joined with them, and he found the military life to be quite disturbing. Due to his medical background, they made him a combat medic, and so he felt like he was always on the front lines, but never really participating fully, except when needing to pull people out and piece them back together again. This left him pretty shattered, and he decided once military service was done that he would kind of disappear for a while. And that is when he came across Mira Sadat, and she was in need of a bodyguard, and he was in need of food and nourishment and a place to stay. So he quickly took to her and her offers, and they began a solid friendship. So what was a working relationship eventually developed into a friendship, and now he finds himself as the gunner on board the Sacred Oasis, and sort of the strong arm of Amira, but he knows she's strong enough. She doesn't really need him to do any backing. And that's Saeed.
Excellent. Yeah. So as the five of you are kind of coming to your senses a little bit, you see that a handful of pods have opened and you can quickly make out bodies. And I say bodies because they're not moving. So humans that are just laying flat on the ground. This space, again, it was like the crew quarters, and they tore it out. There's nothing fancy in here at all. It's basically these like hard rubber floors, just metal walls, and you can actually see the rough areas where the walls were just torn down quickly to add all these stasis chambers. You can basically see that there's a handful of people moving. Those people are you. You quickly make out that it's your team. You're kind of listening. Normally if there's a problem on the ship like this, you would imagine there'd be some kind of an announcement. But all you really hear is this kind of like a kind of a hissing static sound that seems to be coming from somewhere as you're kind of looking about, and you just see these like strips on the floor. So it's not being lit from above. They're just like the emergency strips on the floor are lit up. So what are you guys doing?
You said we wouldn't have our stuff, but like, could we have had like our communicators at least?
If you had something like that, if you were trying to hide it on your body, then you would have to roll to try to hide it. Otherwise, it's in your locker. And you do have a locker. It's not in this room, of course. You gotta go to a different area where the lockers are. So if you did want to try to hide it on yourself, how big is it? Is it like a personal communicator?
I mean, it was just a level 2 communicator, like the watch kind. I was just wondering if I could have it. If they would have said no, then I wouldn't have tried to have taken it.
Yeah, typically. Go ahead, sorry. Typically in these situations, especially in a large move like this, just for security and everything else, they just tell people to basically have nothing. I mean, if you have like an icon medallion, they're not going to take that, or a wedding ring. But anything like a communicator, certainly no weapons. Like no weapons, those would have to have been left on your ship. But anything like if you had like any of your tools or whatever, if you for some reason were carrying them, they would be in your locker, which is about 3 stories up. And you know where it is. You just have to get to it. If you did put, that's probably where that would be.
Okay.
They've let me have my fan.
No, it would be in your
Okay.
locker. Well, hold on, the fan's a
Alright.
weapon, right? It's not really a weapon though. It's like a special weapon. Is that true?
I mean, yeah, I don't know if they would know it was a weapon or not.
Go ahead and go ahead and make an infiltration roll.
Infiltration roll.
Yeah.
So what is that again?
Okay,
Remind
so infiltration is going to be find your character sheet. So I should add a character sheet open so I can look at them. It's going to be the ability that's associated with infiltration plus the infiltration skill if you have it. So in your case,
Okay, so 3. So 3d6.
yep.
Okay.
It's infiltration plus agility.
Yeah, I don't have the skill, so just be agility, which is 3. So
Yeah, and you're trying to get a 6 basically.
I got 1 6.
Okay, yeah. I rolled against their observation because this is a contested roll. So they were kind of loading you on and telling you, put that stuff in the locker, put that stuff in the locker. You kind of took 2 steps really quickly past the guy looking and were able to get it in. So you have your fan.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. So otherwise, like anything, like I said, like a small communicator, anything you think you would have actually had on your body, it would be in like a small locker that you use a fingerprint to lock about three stories up. You guys kind of came down these like kind of rickety, spiral staircase area to come into this area to where the beds are. Like I say, there's a handful of bodies on the ground, about 5 bodies that aren't you guys. None of the other pods seem to be open, although there are about 40 pods in here. And you know that when you were loading up, they were all full. You guys are like at the bottom of it. They're like stacked. You guys are at the bottom of the stack.
The plan was we were going to go directly to our ship when this was all over, right? Like when we woke up. That was the plan.
Well, right. When once you got to the location, then they would unfreeze you, and you would everybody would have they'd be like announcements and yeah, you would move towards your yeah, that's what you would imagine. Yeah, it really comes down to what the captain says. You would follow the captain's orders.
Right.
It's not like a free for all. I mean, you're on a ship.
I'm just wondering where I would have kept my stuff. So then I would probably just have my stuff on the ship then. It'd probably be safer there anyway.
Yeah, anything of value you probably would have left on the ship. What they would have taken from you, imagine like if you're going into a building and there's like a metal detector, like the stuff that you have to take out of your pockets, that's what you would put in the in the thing, yeah.
All
but
right.
definitely no weapons unless you snuck it, because you were told not to bring any weapons on the ship, because you don't typically carry weapons on a ship unless you are the security.
So everybody is okay? I can see everyone, all of my team?
Well,
You
Amira,
see-
how would you? Oh, okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm sorry, Young. Yes, you see everybody. Just to be clear, everybody sees everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, he says, Amira, how was your nap?
Well, the nap was fine. I'm not sure about this.
Well, it's awfully quiet in the ship, and I feel like the deckhand slept us silly. Look at these bodies on the ground.
That is very troubling.
Is there like an intercom anywhere, like somewhere that we could like buzz the, helm?
Well, you didn't see one coming down, but you could look around for one, sure. If you want to.
Yeah, once Cyrus gets like all the crud out of her eyes and her ears, she'll look around for one.
All right,
Aren't
so you're
there
gonna walk away from the group.
aren't there some crew members there too, though, you said, or did I miss that?
There are about 5 people here, but they are laying on the ground, either very injured or dead. You don't know. You won't know until you walk up to them.
Raman,
Okay, I thought there was a guy earlier that had said something to us. I misunderstood.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was you remembering that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's all. That's the last thing you remembered. That was the captain.
Saeed will start checking out the bodies.
Yep, I was just about to say Amira would ask Saeed
Okay.
to look and see if anybody's breathing.
He just kind of
Alright.
looks at you and like, yeah, I'm on this. He
Okay.
tucks his little amulet between his teeth, and he kind of bites down on that as he focuses in on each person real quick.
Okay, yeah,
Just
you can
quick
pretty
triage.
quickly tell that they are dead. If you want to try to determine how they died, you could make a Medicourage check.
Saeed, are they breathing?
One success, a limited success.
Okay. Let's see what it says here.
No, it looks like they've died. Said, do I know how they've died?
You are very sure that that they did not die from anything physical. Like it's hard to say exactly what killed them, but they there's kind of some vomit around their faces. You know, like they threw up, and
Right.
they're dead. But there's no like, you know, holes in them from shrapnel or anything like that. So something, you know, and then you check them pretty thoroughly, and you don't feel any broken bones. Like it's not like they have like internal bleeding, but you can't really pinpoint exactly what it is, unless you can. But but that test doesn't give you the. I won't give you the name of how it killed them because that's a limited success.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't. But I think it's apparent that they weren't feeling well.
I bet the dark between the stars has upended their pleasant nap.
He said, yeah, I bet.
Go ahead and make an observation check there, Crystal,
Okay.
as you're walking around.
All right. Observation.
We'll do some rolling to get
Okay.
ourselves
So
used to it.
that's wit. I got 2, and my wit is 5. So
That's good.
and it's only 6s that count, right?
That's right. A 6 is a success. 1 6 is a limited success. More 6s is a good success, a normal success, or critical.
I got a limited success.
Okay. You look around. You do not see any kind of functional intercom system here, but you do see that there you can, because the way they tore the walls down, you actually look at the kind of the wiring, and you can see that where there's probably one a level above you. You know, but not here. You can like see where it might be, but you can't see one.
All right. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah, she'll kind of like point it out with her robot arm. It looks like there might be a communicator up there. Does anyone see a way out?
Harif is going to look at Cyrus and go, "Come with me. We need to shut down this alarm system and find someone that's can explain what's going on, but it needs to be done." And he's going to go out like in the main hallway or whatever to try to get up to where I guess the bridge is or something to get this alarm system shut down.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the ship is huge. You know that there are, because you remember coming down them. There's like this like spiral, like a metal spiral staircase, that moves people kind of internally in this area of the ship. You could get up to the next level by following that. You probably have to go up maybe half a dozen levels at least before you get to like where the passenger levels might be, where they'd be like elevators and like possibly a way to get to the other end of the ship, which really you need to be. You're basically, if you look at roll 20, you guys are. I'll point where you are. You guys are like over here. See that purple little dot? You're like around here somewhere. And the bridge is like up here, I believe. So you get, yeah.
if Cyrus hears Arif say that, she'll say like, Arif, up there might be a communicator. We can, hail the bridge.
Well, calling the bridge by communications, there may be no one answering. I mean, if there evidently is some problem, I mean, they're not going to. It would be best just to go up there.
Oh, if the communicator, if no one answers, the best thing to do would probably be to get our stuff and get to our ship.
Yes, I'm worried about the Oasis.
Yeah, I agree. Falling back to the ship's probably our best bet.
Are we the only ones that are awake?
As far as I could tell.
Besides the bodies that are dead, I think we are.
Yeah.
Are
Did you
there
want
any?
Did you want to check the other ones that are closed?
Yeah, Raman goes over there to take a look. Take a look. Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't take much medical knowledge to see that all the ones you immediately look at, everybody in them is dead. Because the status, the little light on it is blinking, and you can see like blood come out of their eyes and such thing like that.
He immediately clutches his talisman and looks to the other crew members and says, "They're all dead."
Well,
None
that's
of them
why I
are
say
alive.
we must go out and search for the living. Staying in here in the death pit's not going to answer anything.
Well,
Um,
Cyrus, what would it take to get to that communicator?
I mean, does anyone see a ladder or something? And she'll, she's looking around to
The
see if she can
stairwell
find
is right out here. Did you not hear? We just go out. It's right out here in the hallway. We climb the stairs.
Yeah. Okay, sure. I guess I can try and get up there. One second. I want to look at something. She wants to look at the pods, and she wants to see if she can find any information on like how long they were asleep.
Oh, that's a good question. So, do you have Datagen?
I do, but not. I mean, like not a lot. I have like one data gen. I think.
Well, then roll Datagen.
Okay. Oops. Trying to pull my character sheet back up. Let's see. All right, for data gen, yeah, I have one, and then it's the wits, and my wits is 5.
Could Raman assist?
Sure. You'll get +1 as long as you have Datagen. Do you have Datagen?
Yes.
Yep, you can assist. So you get +1 to your roll, Crystal, if he's assisting.
Yeah, he walks over to Cyrus and says, "Let me help you with that."
Yeah, she appreciates it. Regular success. So I get 2 6s.
Okay. You don't know the exact time it is right now because the clock seems to be broken. But you do know that you've only gone through one of the jumps. You know there was 2 jumps you were supposed to go through. You've definitely gone through one, and probably whatever happened either happened before you went into the second jump or right after, because based on the time that you have there. But the clock is actually like broken, so you don't know the exact time. So, but you do know that you made it through one jump. So you probably been asleep for at least a week.
Looks like we've been asleep for maybe about a week. Or we've made it through one jump for sure, but I'm not sure if we've made it through the second jump yet.
Well, maybe if we can get that communicator working, or maybe the clock on our ship is working, we can figure this out.
Okay. Did you you're going to head to the staircase? Are you going to head together, or is some of you guys staying where you are? What's the plan here?
Adi,
Well,
if you're going up to the bridge, I will go with you.
I think we're just headed up to the communicator for now.
Yeah, the bridge is very far away. I don't think we should separate that far. We might have to, depending on what's going on, we might have to get back to the ship very fast.
All right, Arif, I'll follow you up to the communicator.
All right. So you guys are heading that way. Is everybody going, or that's the question that was answered? Arif and Cyrus are going. What about the other 3?
Yeah, Raman's going with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to separate too much.
All right. And And if you're going, I assume that your bodyguard will. Yeah. So you guys head up
That's why they
the
call
stairs.
me a bodyguard.
You know, you're in like that. You know, the tight fitting, space, pajamas, as I call them.
Yes.
With no pockets or anything, and you're basically wearing like sandals or whatever, like the little paper shoes, as you're kind of heading through the hallway and up the stairs that you had come down initially. This hallway is the same, insofar as like it's only being lit by these lights, these like strips of light, and you do see that spiral staircase with, of course, the strips of light along the kind of the handle. You know how spiral staircases are. As soon as you come into the hallway, though, you see a couple more bodies. You do know that there were like a couple of like large rooms down here that were full of these chambers, and you see a couple more like literally bodies in the hallway. Like maybe they got that far and then collapsed because they're laying on the ground with vomit around their heads like the other ones.
I'm starting to get worried. This is something airborne in the ship. I look at Saeed. What do you think?
Yeah, let me check them out, see if I get any more idea what's going on here. And I'll look them over.
Sure.
Yes, I slipped my. I don't have my mask with me. But I will look them over.
Okay.
And that's
Go ahead,
a
I'll check it.
critical success.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you're looking at them, and it occurs to you, maybe these guys you can actually see some. You pull back. You're like, I got to figure this out. So you like maybe pull back the space pajamas, even though you can see there's no wounds, and you can see there's like severe burns on the skin, and immediately it occurs to you that it's radiation. Like they definitely got whacked with a major dose of radiation, and probably the reason why you guys, at least for now, seem fine is because you were so low on the stacks. It must have come from that general direction, and kind of you were protected by the density of all the other stasis tubes.
Yeah, I don't think we should hang around too long. I think this is radiation poisoning, clearly. So we need to get back into a place that we are pretty sure. I mean, we should go to the Oasis.
Yes, I agree. Does anybody leave anything in the lockers that they desperately need?
I left all my stuff on the ship, sir, or ma'am, captain. Yeah.
What about the rest of you? Oh, sorry, Daniel.
No, just as that you will pass to the area where the lockers are on your way if you're heading to the ship. So you don't have to like go out of your way to get to the lockers if that's what you're curious about.
Yep.
But yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean
I
to
look
interrupt,
at
but it's-
I look at Arif and I say, I'm sorry, Arif, but I think we just need to get to the ship. We can figure out what happened maybe from there, but I think it's dangerous to stay here, from what Saeed is telling me.
Yes, that is fine. Let Saeed continue to lead the way to the ship then in case we come across more bodies.
Sure.
And we could hail the main bridge from Oasis.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, so basically if you're in Roll20, like I said, you guys are down here. Where all the ships and stuff are docked are like over here. So essentially you're going to travel more or less the full length of the ship, but without going up. You'll stay in the lower parts. The ships like land here and then they get brought in, so they're like inside basically. So you're gonna head. You can go up a little bit if you want to see if that communicator's there, or you can just keep going on this level. That's up to you guys how you want to.
I think the lower we are, the better we'll be as far as the radiation is concerned.
I trust your judgment, Saeed. But let's go quickly. Quickly.
Cool.
Let's go.
All right, out you go. All right, you are heading. I'm looking for my ship map. Ship map. You're heading towards the front of the ship. Essentially, again, this emergency lights are lighting the way. It's not like a straight hallway, of course, clearly. You travel for like, maybe a quarter of the length of the ship, so a pretty good distance. And you do actually encounter another couple of spots where people seem to have been in these pods, but maybe maybe they died. Although when you kind of look in one of the rooms as you kind of walk by, you can kind of see that actually in this area, the pods are like destroyed, like from some kind of an impact. Like you can actually see that like they're like crumbled from maybe from a blast or something. But of course, I mean, you're not getting sucked into space or anything, so it's not a hole in the side. But but you can see that as you're getting close to the front of the ship, it looks like it took some serious damage from something as you are traveling. Well, there's a ship. Da-da-da-da. Oh yeah, all PCs die. No, I'll skip that part. So you are headed to the front of the ship, which is good. And you encounter... Okay, so I'm learning that I need to have the map as a separate picture, so I don't have to keep going back to it. You actually, as you're walking forward, you actually see a computer terminal on the wall near that area where I said there was an impact. Maybe you get a little like your eyes light up because you see it, but when you get towards it, you can see that the display is like distorted, and it's like hissing and static, and you can see it's like cracked. So it seems to be broken, unfortunately, as you're moving towards the front of the ship.
Raman approaches the console and tries to figure out whether if Oasis is still intact and in good condition.
Okay, yeah. I mean, when you come to this console, you go to... normally the consoles that you talk to them, basically. You try that first. It doesn't respond. And then you try to use the touch screen, but as soon as you touch the screen, it just like shatters and crumbles to the ground.
I have the worst luck with these machines. And he looks at Cyrus.
Yeah, if Cyrus looks at it, does she think that she and Arif might be able to do something with it?
No, it's absolutely destroyed. I mean, it's broken. Yeah.
And she'll just look at it and say, "Yeah, you broke it beyond repair. Sorry."
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I mean, it was already broken, clearly. So you continue to head down the way, and let's see what happens here. Oh, very interesting. You hear... Well, that's interesting. A scream. It sounds like a human, a man. And it's blood curdling. It is coming from further down the direction that you're going. It gets cut off pretty quickly. It's kind of like a... And then it's gone. Like it just goes... I don't know why I made that motion, but and then it's gone.
Because the dragon killed him and you're maybe trying to hint.
Well, it's Saeed's combat instincts kick in, and he's just basically going on training at this point. And he starts booking it towards that direction.
Okay.
Arif will start jogging behind Saeed. I mean, hearing that cry for help.
Yeah, Raman is jogging next to Arif, and he says, "I wonder who has slain the albatross."
What's going on?
Cyrus is kind of like, wait, we heard someone screaming. We're running towards it now.
Well, they may need our help.
I know why I'm running. I don't know why everybody else.
Well, they might need your help because you're actually nice people, I guess. Saeed, you pick up this smell that just triggers a memory in you. You can smell the strong, harsh smell of blood as you're running towards this area. You can smell it in the air.
It smells like a slaughterhouse in here.
Yeah.
Oh, Saeed, be careful.
Saeed, is the locker room close by?
No, you went the other way.
Perhaps we should go back to the locker room and and try to find some weapons.
Yeah,
So-
let's just, I want to see who needs help first.
So a couple of
Be
things, just
careful.
out of character, so you would know that there's only weapons that would be on the ship at all would be in the bridge. Because anybody who did have weapons that didn't have their own ship to lock them in, the captain made them get locked in the bridge. That locker room would not have any weapons, so going back to it would not give you that. As you're running forward though, and you're kind of probably because you're running, you're probably yelling to each other as you're running. You kind of around the corner, and go ahead and make an observation check. I'll give you a chance, Saeed, as you're kind of passing the corner to see if you see anything.
Limited success.
Okay, yeah, you see a shadow of something moving, but of course it's like going up, like kind of around a corner, and you look in the ground in front of you, kind of there, and you see 4 bodies. They are in a pool of blood. They look to be completely mutilated, like their faces and their chests are torn open. They're in the similar kind of suits that you're in, the pajamas. So you would imagine that they probably came out of their cryosleep like you did.
Right.
But they're clearly dead, and there are 4 of them.
I will I will shout movement going up. And I'll still get there, but they're clearly dead.
I mean, you could stop for a second to look at them, but I mean, they're torn open.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't
I've
dead,
seen this type of
yeah,
carnage before.
Yeah, as a medic, you would know that even if they weren't dead, with what you have, which is nothing, there's probably nothing you can do. At this point.
Okay, I'm just going to track that movement then, as far as I can
Okay.
visually.
Yeah, so you could run down the hallway a bit to get look around the corner where the movement was, and it's just a long corridor with nothing, but you do see footprints. Excuse me, I'm going to blow my nose.
What kind of footprint?
Yeah, and as you look down, you see, like, right underneath you footprints. You turn around to where the rest of the party is probably circling that corner, and you could see the footprints are coming from the blood. So you basically, or you were running, you really didn't notice until you stopped. And you also, the rest of the party would probably see there's like a line of footprints, although some of them are probably probably Saeed's now, because I mean, it's not like you would be able to be that careful to stay out of the blood. I mean, it was like a big pool of blood. But there are some. If you walk up, you can see you can probably try to identify them if you'd like.
Are they human footprints?
Well, that's a good question. They are paw prints.
Paw prints.
Paw prints.
That's right. If you would like to try to know what they are, then you could test culture.
Would we had any knowledge that maybe this ship was transporting animals and stuff too, or just?
Not that you know of.
I will test culture, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try it too then.
Sure.
Because I believe I have 3 + 5 is 8.
If you don't have culture, you can't test it.
Right. You have to have culture to test it. Because it is an advanced skill. But if you have culture, you can absolutely test it.
I
you
got
get?
4 6s
Nice.
Wow.
out of 8.
Not only do you know what it is, you know their exact names, their social security numbers. Were you able to
It is
test
8, right? Your empathy plus my culture, correct?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Did
Well,
you
yeah,
have that?
I have it, but I didn't try it since she got so many.
Okay, that's fine. So you could tell them or not if you want. I'll just say it out loud because I don't think you'd want to keep it secret. You would know that these are Nectra. Nectra. They're basically, I mean, you can look up the book if you want to know exactly what they are, but they're basically like beastmen. And you would know that, based on that many hits, that the Legion often uses them as warriors. And you were being this endeavor was being supported by a Legion warship, so possibly they were storing them on here because they keep them in cages basically when they're not using them. Maybe they were stored in cages here just because they for convenience. But clearly they are loose and they are quite dangerous.
Okay. I'll look at Saeed and, well, everybody pretty much, but I'll just say, Legion Beastmen. We've encountered these before, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we need to be a little extra careful.
Well, I say the otherwise. I've never seen these creatures before, and it would be perhaps very interesting to meet such a creature and face it in battle.
Yes. If you enjoy dying, that's fine. But
Oh, come on, Saeed, be a man.
it has nothing to do with being a man. It has something to do with being a fool.
I am willing to face this creature alone if we must. But if you're all so intent on avoiding it, I shall oblige.
I'm surprised they would be so careless as to let them escape with this kind of strange.
Yeah.
Maybe the fog has not left your brain, Rahman. You seem to be. Anyway, Saeed, lead on to the ship.
I'm just wondering why on a rescue mission we have these combat lackeys.
I'm not a combat lackey. It's just exciting.
No, not you. These Netra.
I will have to ask Suhaima about that the next time I see her on Coriolis.
Does anybody have survival? I think that's a special talent, right? Or is it a generic one? If you make a successful, if you make a survival test, then I can give you more information that I have not given you.
I have the limited success.
Oh, okay. You could tell that these. This is good for the soldier. You probably maybe scared them off because it looks like they were beginning to feed. Like some of the bodies that they've been eaten upon. And as you notice that, you do see that one of them has a satchel as well.
One of the corpses has a satchel.
That is correct.
I'll throw that towards Arif. He knows what to do with these things.
Okay. Yeah, if you look in the side. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. I'd rather be more interested in seeing what's coming externally than what's happening right here at the moment.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Arif, do you want to look in the satchel?
Yeah, but he's going to do it while they're still moving. I mean, he's not going to stand there and take time. He wants Saeed to keep moving to the ships. I mean, he's going to, run and look.
Okay. So you're going to go back down because you kind of went down a corridor to see this. You guys want to go back to that main corridor and head towards the ship again?
If we know there's beastmen here, yes.
Okay, fair enough. I mean,
I'm assuming. So.
No, you're the captain. In fact, if you make a command roll, then they'll get a bonus if they do what you say. That's what it does. Okay, cool. So you start jogging towards the ship now, maybe a little bit more concerned that that these things might be free, and you don't know how many there are. Clearly, you look in the satchel, and you actually see that there's a small communicator in it. There is also a personal communicator, a transactor, like you'd use for money, basically like a wallet, and a tool belt that has ordinary tools on there, as well as a hydro spanner. And the hydro spanner, you would realize, could be used as a weapon if you needed to. Like you get somebody with it, you can use it as a club. It's big enough.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's in like a satchel. That's a little bit bloody, but
Yep, he'll just close it back up, and keep moving.
Okay. I'm just gonna try to put this in the chat. We'll see if that works. I don't know if we can copy and paste out of this PDF. We'll try. Yeah, there you go. I mean, you don't know how many beer are on it, but you will, I guess, if you spot. All right, so you are running towards the ship.
Mm-hmm.
How
Do I
nice
see
am
any loose pipes?
Yeah. I mean, this whole section looks like it's been like, again, they tore the walls up and stuff. So yeah, there's pipes and stuff. You want to try to pull a pipe off?
Yeah, Ramon's gonna stop for a while. Just for a brief moment. He's gonna pull one out.
Okay. Make a force roll, I believe is what they tell you to do here.
Force is strength, correct?
That's right. And then if you have force as a skill.
Nope.
Yeah, you're not able to do it.
Yeah.
It's too
like-
firmly in the wall, yeah.
If I see him do that, I'm gonna like reach out with my robot arm and pull it off one or make a.
So you're gonna stop? You're gonna stop and help? Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So I can make a force check with my robot arm,
Yeah, go for it.
and I get a +1 because I got a robot arm.
Nice.
Awesome.
So let's see, that's one. Here's my thing, and then I got 4 strength. Oh man, I didn't succeed either.
Ah,
Like I reach out and I like go to pull it, and instead I just like accidentally like crunch it, and I'm like, oh, oops.
But as a consolation, that totally sounded like some action-packed rolling right there, Crystal.
yeah, that was pretty awesome. So you do that. You guys stop for a second, try to pull this thing off, and then you just like, I can't get it. And when you turn and you're look to go run, the rest of the party's maybe like 15 meters in front of you now. All of a sudden, there's a minor explosion, and some pipes in the wall kind of collapse down, and there's basically a mini inferno between you and the rest of the group. The rest of the group who is still running, you feel this fire behind you, turn around, and you can see that your other 2 party members are on the other side of the fire. And I had to use a darkness point for that. That means you have to pray to the icons more so I can get some more darkness points. So yeah, it's basically on fire. Now, there's a couple things here. You would know that clearly running through the fire is dangerous, but you also know that it might spread if it's not put out, and if you care about that. Yeah, but you guys are separated by the fire apparently. What you want to do?
When I look at these pipes, being a technician, can I tell if any of these pipes would be like water pipes or anything?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, are you a mechanic? Yeah.
I am a scientist technician.
Yeah, sure. Make an observation roll.
Okay, observation is
Yeah.
a 7 for me.
Nice.
Okay. I got 1 success.
Yeah, you find the pipe.
No, never mind. No, that's a 5. I got no success.
All right. Yeah, it's unclear. You're not sure? You don't think so. There are pipes here. They could be. I mean, you could try. Or you could re-roll all those dice
No.
if you want to pray to the icons.
No.
Oh yeah, there's an icon just for that. In fact, a special icon that's only for the pipes. I mean, you get to roll 7 dice if you do that. 7 dice.
Raman looks around.
I'll pray to the icons.
Isn't there any sign that says fire extinguisher nearby?
Yes.
Not where you're standing now.
Oh man.
No, I like this idea. I feel like there needs to be a prayer. I feel it. You sure you don't want to pray to the icons? This is the moment.
Throws one up.
Please don't.
Clearly,
No,
clearly,
I'm
the
good.
messenger needs to help.
Pretty
here.
sure this was my
Yes.
choice, and I decided not to do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, then you
But
don't
we
find
need
the
to
water,
help you.
but you need to be helped. Yeah.
Yeah, Raman yells, Amira, Arif, we're stuck back here because of the fire.
Do you want to look on your side for that? I mean,
I do.
Yes.
Oh, who
Do
has
you
the
see
best
any fire
observation?
extinguisher over there?
2
Well,
plus.
So hold on now. Just as a little bit here, if you want to juice the system, since we're trying out the system, you could actually give an order for people to look for the fire extinguisher, and if you succeed in your command roll, they'll get a bonus to their check. But you may be the best person to observation. I'm not sure, so I don't want to tell you. But that is how command
Right.
works, though. If you're like, quick,
Right.
guys, find a way to put it out, then everybody would get a bonus, assuming you succeed.
I'll do that.
Okay, do it.
All
Give it
right,
a
let me
whirl.
just make sure. 5 + 1 is 6, so 6 dice. Oh, I got 1 6.
There you go. All right, so that's one that somebody can add. Go ahead and give an order.
We need to help our friends. Everyone, look for a way to get this fire out.
Raman
Now.
from the other side of the fire says, "I believe there is an echo in here."
But you're not the boss. Okay, so who didn't look? You haven't. Everybody who hasn't looked can now look, and one of you can add 1 die. You can wait till you all roll first if you want to decide who gets it.
I'll give the die to Saeed then, because I've already got 8 in observation.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
All right, Saeed, roll an extra die.
Yeah, I failed.
Did that roll 8 of them? I don't even look. Yep, 5 + 3. Have 2 limited success.
2. Okay, that's good. Yeah, you find something. You don't find a fire extinguisher, but you find exactly what Cyrus was looking for. You find basically a pipe that looks like it transport water. You'll have to pull it with a force roll, but otherwise, but yeah, if you want to.
There, I can help.
Go for it.
Yeah, RF will look towards Saeed and go, I believe it is this one we need to try to dislodge. So can you help me with this, though?
Yep. And I yank on it. That's a limited success for me.
Nice. All right, you pull it. I'm gonna say that with the limited success, you're able to do it, but like you can see now that the corridors, it's not stopping. Like it starts to spray the water and it goes out, and it's just like now there's water spraying everywhere, and you guys are getting soaked, and it's just like not the best place to be standing right now. as I assume the other was run through the through the crowd.
Raman picks up one of the broken pipes from the explosion and joins
Done.
the rest of the group.
All right, you got a pipe. Nice. I love how you got that. He's like, now I got what I wanted.
Yes.
That entire scene was just so that he could get a pipe, and well worth it. If you get into combat, actually, I'll just tell you now so I don't forget. Actually, if you get into combat, I'll just go back and give you the stats for the pipe and stuff, because there are stats for it, of course. Yeah, you successfully went through, and you didn't even pray to the icons. Damn it. Yeah. All right. So you guys continue running towards the basically the hangar, for lack of a better word. As you're kind of cruising down, maybe each time you get to a new corridor, we have to turn or stop. You're kind of like looking at the signs to see which way to go. It's pretty. I mean, this is like the area where the crew was, so it's not overly like at the top of the ship where the guests would be. There'd be signs everywhere because nobody knows where to go. But this is where the crew goes, so there's not a lot of signs. So you're kind of looking around, and at one point you stop and you're kind of looking, and you just hear this kind of like low rumbling, growling sound, kind of coming from behind you. Pretty far behind you, but behind you, like kind of like like that.
I'll look around.
You don't see anything, but you can definitely hear it.
All right, we should really get to our ship.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, so I'm assuming you don't want to go towards that. It's kind of coming from like one end, one area, kind of, I may say behind you, but like off to, like you're in an intersection. There's like you have the growling coming from this way. So you want to go the other way?
Is the other way towards the ship?
Well, I mean, you're not 100%. Probably. The growling way is probably a shorter way, as far as you can tell, but you're not sure. I mean, this is not your ship, so they both seem to go in the right direction.
Is there a terminal anywhere so that we could look up a ship manifest or something?
Every terminal that you've seen so far has been smashed. Like they look like they have some kind of a short circuit, and the terminals are basically all this whole level's terminals are smashed, as far as you can tell. Everyone that you've seen so far, anyways. And that doesn't cost me anything.
That's pretty inconvenient. That
I know. Well,
whatever hit us happened to hit every single terminal.
Well, what you would get are you the datagen? No, Tony's character is right. Tony, you want to roll datagen?
Yeah, I've got a 1 in it.
Yeah.
I could help him out.
Not really. This is gonna be like just knowing something.
Failure.
Yeah. You're not sure why. I mean, it does seem kind of odd. But anyways, yeah, you continue to move. I guess not towards the growling or towards the growling. I mean, you are armed now.
Raman says, "Come on, let's go towards growling sound. Maybe it's a shortcut."
No, let's stay away from the puppers, please. And Cyrus is always armed.
Are you sure? It could take us to the ship a lot quicker.
Look, if you feel confident enough with your little pipe there to take on one of those warhounds, be my guest. But I'm going to go the opposite way.
What do you say? I won't be fighting. I'll just give it to Saeed.
What are you saying?
We're going to go to the growling.
We're going
Towards
away from the growling.
Away? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
I look at Amira, right?
Yes, that's what I just said. We're going to go away from the growling. Yes.
Okay. Yes, you think it'll take you a little bit longer, but you start heading away from the growling. You do notice that the red lights on the ground seem to be flickering occasionally, like off and on, instead of the steady kind of glow they had been having before. And who has the highest survival roll? Who's survival skill?
Survival.
Yeah.
I have nothing.
So
Yeah, for me it would just be a straight wits roll.
Yep.
Saeed should have survival, right?
None of us has it.
Just base wits.
Okay. So who's got the highest wits?
Oh, really?
I have 5 in wits.
Hey,
Nothing
Oh, nice.
survival.
That's the best.
I also have
Alright.
5 in wits.
Nice.
All right. Well, pick a coin. Flip a coin. Who wants to do it?
Go,
Somebody gets to
go
roll.
for it, Crystal.
Can I help with wits?
No,
or
go for it. Go for it. You can have it.
okay. Okay. All right. I do like rolling dice, so I will not argue. I got 1 success.
Nice. Okay. You are running, and all of a sudden, you feel like it's like your skin start to like tingle and almost start to burn, and you realize that you're coming through an area that seems to be fairly radioactive. You're looking in front of you, and you can actually see there's like debris on the ground that probably is radiated. It looks like there was a collapse, and maybe some stuff fell down over here. You could try to run through it, or you could turn around and go back towards the growling, I guess.
Hey, guys, I think we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Look at that metal. It doesn't look right. Pretty sure it's radioactive. She looks at her robot arm to see if it has any effects.
No.
Oh, that's not good.
I hear the dogs of war calling us.
Yeah, I think we might have to. I don't want to end up like those poor people.
Yeah.
Yep, let's go the other way.
Okay,
You
so you gotta
can
run
outrun
back.
This is really getting my adrenaline pumping.
Nice.
You are getting your exercise, Ramon.
Right, Ron likes the thrill. Yeah, so you're gonna run back towards the as Sarah's called them, the war dogs. I like that. Yeah, you start running back in that direction. Getting out of the radiation, you can feel that your skin, doesn't have that burn anymore. As you kind of cut down and towards that area. Cool. You're kind of running along, maybe being a little bit cautious. One would imagine, because you think these things are coming. And as you kind of approach one corner and you pause, you can hear actually footsteps coming towards you. Seems like a lot of them from around the corner.
When you say footprints, like
I don't say footprints. I said footsteps.
But is that like do they sound human or?
They sound like footsteps. It's a hard rubber floor. You wouldn't know the difference between human
All
and
right.
non-human. Yeah.
Saeed will go look.
You gotta poke your head around.
Yeah, I'm gonna go peek around.
All right, yeah, you can do that. I mean, you stick your head around there. When you do, you see some men. Well, I say men as in humans, because I think that some of them might be women, running towards you. There are 5 of them. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6.
6.
There
Are they
there are
dressed
6.
like us?
They are actually all except one, I believe. No. He also is one of so he's also part of the rescue mission. So yes, they're running. There's kind of a larger like kind of he's wearing coveralls instead of the suit on the space pajamas. But he's got the space pajamas underneath it, so we probably put him on after. He's got a large scar across his face, and he's kind of you can see his eyes are bloodshot, and he's kind of you see he doesn't notice you at first. He's looking back. He's like, "Come on, we have to keep going. I heard the growling sound." And then when he turns, he sees you, and like his eyes, he just kind of like reacts. He's like, whoa. Oh, I thought we were the only ones alive. Oh, you can't go that way. The beasts are down there."
So the beasts are down there? Yeah, there's a few of us here too, and I wave them to come closer to us.
Oh, you could see, like without even making any kind of check, that these people are definitely suffering signs of radiation poisoning. You could see like their eyes are bloodshot and they're sweating, he says, we've been irradiated. We're trying to get up to the medical center.
He said, "Well, I'm a medic. I can help, but he said, yeah, I'm afraid it might not be good for you."
Yeah. He kind of like, I no, this was supposed to be money for so I could help, so my family could live better. I can't die in space. No, I can't die in space. He lifts up his hand. It's all covered in blisters. And he kind of he looks at you, kind of desperate, with his eyes.
Yeah, I'll look back to our group and I'll flash them the signal for 6, and that it's okay, and a thumbs up.
Yeah, Raman comes out.
It will come up.
Okay, yeah, you see exactly that. That there's these 6 people seem to be being led by this one guy who's he's probably in the best shape of all of them. Yeah.
How many beastmen did you see?
I did not see them. We saw bodies torn to pieces, mutilated, devoured.
It seems like we're going to need weapons.
Oh,
Yeah, but
no.
if they're eating, they'll be sated.
We need medicine.
What is the medical bay?
It is above us, I believe, close to the bridge. We have to go back, and he kind of points back in the direction that you guys came. Not necessarily where the radiation is, but back, like where you first started coming.
Captain Amida, should we go back?
I look at the state of these people. I look at Saeed.
I shake my head no.
Okay. No. We cannot go back. The only choice for us is to try to get to our ship.
No, don't go that way. Everyone there was burned with radiation marks like this. He kind of puts his hand like really close to your face. You can see the blisters. He's like, you'll die if you go that way. That part of the ship is irradiated.
Sounds like we're going to need our exosuits. But the exosuits are in the ship.
And there's monsters. Monsters that will eat a man. They'll eat them. They'll eat you alive. He says.
Well, monsters. I can handle monsters. I can deal with, but radiation, we might have to go up and over if what they're saying is true, if it's that radiated this way.
Perhaps the bridge already knows what's happening down here.
I don't. No, I don't know that we could do that. We need to enter the medical. I think you should come with us.
Okay.
You can actually roll a contested manipulation roll against him to see if he'll kind of go with your plan, being that you're the captain and all that.
Hey, Daniel, can I use my judge a character on this guy?
Yeah. What is that? That's a skill?
That's my general talent. You can tell if someone is lying or telling the truth without testing manipulation. It takes about a minute, and can't tell any details, only whether the person is lying or not. And basically, I want to know if he's lying about how terrible it is about the way they come from, about all the different effects going on.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
And it gives you a darkness point, too.
Oh, it does. Nice. I like that even more. Yeah, you would. What I'll say is this: he's not lying in the sense that that he believes what he's saying. Like this is what he saw. So he's not purposely lying to you. That's for sure. Whether or not he actually knows like how much radiation is there or how dangerous it is, you would know that. But you definitely know that he's being honest as to what he saw, which is the burnt up bodies and all that.
All right. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything to the group. I'm just sitting there listening, observing, watching this.
Okay. Go ahead and see if he follows you, Nikki. He's going to roll his manipulation, which is only one. Manipulation is wits, right?
Really? Manipulation is empathy.
Oh, empathy. Okay, well, he has 3 of those. Nice.
Gives me 8 dice.
Well, he's got 4. Nope.
3. And then 3 more. I got 3 6s that time.
Oh. Did you want to pray to the icons? No, I'm just kidding. Damn it.
No. Not for that. No.
No, very easily. He didn't get any. He kind of looks at you and he says, so I'm sorry, I just need to get home to my family. If you think that going up and then forward will help us, you have a medical bay on your ship. He kind of looks at you, with desperation in his eyes.
We do have a med lab on our ship. We do.
Okay.
We'll do anything we can for you. And I look at Saeed because, he's probably going to die.
Yeah.
Nice. You are cold.
I'll go, well, you heard the captain. Let's get moving.
I'm not cold. I'm realistic.
Wow. Yeah, so they tell you, they say, well, if we go back just a little bit the direction we came, not to where all the bodies were, but there was a set of stairs going up.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the group and I say, I need your input. I can't make this decision on my own.
Oh, she's that kind of leader.
Uh-huh.
For this, he says there's radiation that way. We know that Cyrus suspects radiation the other way. Up and over is my next idea.
Well, I suggest we run real fast into the radiation. It will harm us a little bit, but then again, if we run really, really fast, we might be able to get there.
Yeah, I don't know who hired Noodle Brains here, but I say that we go under if possible. It seems like the further down we go, the further we get from the radiation.
That's what I said, under, in the direction that we're traveling.
Yeah, you're at the lowest level.
Through the radiation.
Yeah, I thought we were at the lowest level already.
As far as you can tell, you're at the lowest level that you could be at and get to where you want to go. Way back where you were, when you first started, you could have went down lower, but not to get to the front of the ship. You're basically as low as you can go.
Okay, all right, then let's go over it then, because I'm not going to run through radiation.
No, no.
Are
I'm
you
sorry,
sure?
Ramon. Yes,
we could
I'm
look
sure.
back and say, do you remember the time that we ran through the radiation field? It'll make a good story.
Up and over.
Cyrus
No,
looks.
you guys ever again.
Cyrus looks down to her.
That's why you don't ask.
Yeah.
Cyrus.
Sorry, go ahead.
Cyrus looks down to her robot arm,
Uh-huh.
which on the front of it has an image, basically kind of like a tattoo for her, of the Lady of Tears, and she says to it, "Don't worry, you'll get a new Patreon really soon." The Lady of Tears is the person who collects the dead.
Yeah, that is the truth. All right, yeah, you guys can definitely go. Do you want to? I mean, I don't know if you say anything, Arif, but I'll say that your ability is still, kind of in, and you know that you tell the truth about seeing stairs as well.
Yeah, I mean, after a mirror comes up, when she looks towards Arif, he'll just, glance at her and just nod his head. Yes, that's the best probably choice.
All right. We're going to go up and over, Daniel.
Okay, so you're gonna go back to where he's saying there's stairs and go that way, or do you want to go somewhere else and look for other stairs?
Stairs
Yeah.
that we know.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Cyrus.
I was going to say, he said that the radiation isn't at the stairs that way. So, I mean,
It's
if
beyond
those
it,
are
yeah.
closer, whichever stairs are closer.
Well, those are the only ones that he knows about. You could look for other stairs if you don't want to go near the radiation at all.
Yeah.
You just don't know, how long it'll take.
It'll take us closer to the ship. If we continue going forward, that is.
Well, you heard the commander. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
no longer a debate. That I asked, you answered. We've decided. Let's go.
Right. So you're going up the stairs that he said, right? I'm just making sure.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, good. Yes, you start moving forward. He's kind of, as best he can, he's kind of leading the way. You can see that he keeps periodically stopping to help his people who are very, very sick. They're very, very sick.
Raman is gonna actually go up to one of the sick people, and he's gonna say, "Grab onto my back. I'll carry you."
Okay, yeah, awesome. Yeah, they definitely accept the help. I mean, it's they're looking very, very.
He gives the lightest one a piggyback ride.
Nice. All right, well, that is Shanaz, which I'm not sure if. Yeah, it's Shanaz, and Shanaz tells you that they've seen the bodies, and that they're we'll say Shanaz is a child, and they're very nervous because they saw the mutilated bodies. They're afraid that they're going to get eaten by a beast created by the darkness and the stars.
Created by someone, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so you get up to the next level, which doesn't have, where you are here anyways, there's no more bays of stasis chambers here. This looks like it was storage, like you're getting closer to the hangar, basically. And you can see there's actually, even though where you were, you went down multiple levels of stairs. In this area, you immediately see there's actually very large elevators, which are probably used to move the, going up, not down, obviously, move large objects, storage and such. You would imagine that they might, that there's probably hatches that lead to the outside of the ship here, as well. So they bring in and out stuff with docking ships, I guess is the best way to say it. And you're heading down in the direction that you feel like is the way towards the front of the ship. As you're kind of walking, you notice too that this area has a lot of these large, very thick doors. I mean, they're open, so you're walking through them almost like doors where you block off areas of the ship, kind of thing. As you're walking through, and they all seem to be, they're open. And as you're kind of walking, you hear a creaking sound, and if you have observation or science, you can roll it. Everybody can do that.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I should roll for the people too.
I got 3 on observation.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna make a science.
There.
I got 1 on observation, so.
That's all I need. Let's see about these guys. Nope. Observation is.
I got 1 on science.
Is observation a wits roll?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you got 1. How about the irradiated people? I'm just going to roll them all at once because they're basically a group. One of them will go on actually on Ramon because you're carrying them. Nope. No, the rest of them don't notice it. Okay. Anybody who failed does not notice this, but the rest who do, you realize that the wall is about to collapse in. You're about to have an explosive decompression. So you can actually, you hear like click, and those bulkhead doors start to close. So I'm just going to go this way and say, those who pass the observation or science test get a +2 on this sequential force or dexterity roll. So you're going to need to make a roll to get through one of these doors before the explosive decompression kicks in, or you're going to get sucked out into space, which is really sucks. Sucks to get sucked in space. So let's go down the line. Ramon, did you make your test? Your observation or?
I have failed.
Okay, so you need to make either a dexterity. Okay, if you wish to move as the section is decompressing, hold on. Okay, if you wish to move, which is what you want to do, you can make a dexterity test at -2 or a force test at -1. Okay, so do that first. I'm just going to go through the line. We'll deal with it as we go through. So yeah, it's starting to compress. This is basically to get through the area before all the doors closed.
If he doesn't, I mean, could he choose not to go through it?
You could stand in the area with the ship's opening up. Then you'll be exposed to space.
No, I mean, okay. So there's really no choice but to accept, but to make the dex.
Well, or you could stand there if you want, but if you're gonna get sucked into space.
Yep, he's gonna try.
Can I yell, everybody move? And
yeah. All right, 1 success.
One's all you need. You could do that, but then you will not be able to make a roll.
Oh yeah, nope, can't do that. Yeah.
All right, so we'll deal with. I'll let do everybody, then we'll deal with it all cinematically after. So, Arif, I'll get a.
Yeah, I passed my observation 3. So what? I get a bonus? You said?
Yes, you get a +2 on the roll. So you're basically a flat dexterity roll if you want to get through.
Yeah, which would be just straight agility for me, and then I get to roll 2 extra dice.
Well, no,
right?
you'll just roll straight agility because normally it's at -2, but you're getting a +2, so it kind of.
Okay, so just straight agility.
Yeah.
I failed.
Okay. You don't have to pray yet because if other people succeed, they can actually help you. So, but you might want to pray to that Cirrus. Dexterity at -2, or you could do force as well if you
Cyrus?
Yeah, Cyrus.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do force. Can I use my robot arm for this as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
all
can.
right, so
It's at -1. But did you make your observation roll or science roll?
I made science, yeah.
Okay, so then you'll get
success.
Okay, so you'll get a +1, plus whatever other bonuses you have.
Okay, so I got 4 strength, I got 1 force, and I got my robot arm, and then a +1 as well. Right?
Nice. Yep. That's pretty good.
Shit.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay. All right, stand by. So that's 2 of you. How about Amira?
So I made my observation roll.
Okay. And you want to do dex or force?
Dex agility.
Okay, so it'll just be a straight roll.
Straight roll. Yep, got it.
Yep.
I also got 1 6.
All right, well, you're right. You're going to make through. All right, come on, Saeed. Save some people.
Okay, I am rolling dex. I made it. I made my science.
Okay, perfect.
I have high agility and I have cybernetic muscles.
Nice.
So I get a +4 on my movement.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll see if I make
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Now if I grab 2 people?
Right. If you roll enough successes, you can help other people. Exactly. That's what that's going to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's only one.
All right.
Only
So-
one success.
Wow.
I saved
mean-
myself.
I will say that Rahman automatically saved somebody because he had them on his back. All right, so we got 2 people that are not going to make it through unless they eat. Somebody prays. Who wants to pray?
Saeed will.
All right.
He still believes the old ways.
Yeah, so you can roll everything but the 1/6 that you have. So you keep the 1/6 and you re-roll all the other ones.
Okay. 1.
All right, so you got one more, you mean? All right, so you grabbed somebody. Who'd you grab? Cyrus or
Oh, let's just do it random.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll if you want to roll D20, I'll take a low.
Okay. Well, I don't have a D20. Well, I'll roll D6 and you'll take the low. Nope. I rolled a 6. Okay, so you grab Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Yep.
Yep.
And so Cyrus is going to get through. So you can pray yourself and try to get through, or have the effects of being sucked into space, which is not something that you want.
I can pray, you say?
Yeah, you can because you failed. So you can
Yeah,
reroll
I'll
all
do
your
it.
dice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to.
Yeah.
All I have is agility. So
Yeah.
that says one limited success.
Boom! You got it then. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's all you needed. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So basically, these doors start to close, and people are just bodies are flying. They're rolling. Or if you start to get sucked towards the wall because of the pressure, but you're able to kind of like roll back and get through the door. Cyrus, you go to grab onto something with your strength, but the thing just like crumbles because it wasn't sturdy enough, and you start to slide back. But luckily, Saeed grabs you and rolls you through the door. As well as Amira and Rahman. Rahman jumping through with a child on his back. Now
Nice.
let's see if the rest of these guys make it through though. I'm not going to make you try to save them, unless you got a lot of high rolls, but you didn't. So let's see. Is our leader going to make it through? He's got agility. None of them made their checks. Oh no, he made his actually. So he does not. He has force 3. He's got a 5 strength, so he's going to make a force check. So he's got 5. Actually, since you guys like to roll dice, Crystal, roll some dice for me. Roll for the NPC. He's got a total of 6 dice.
Okay.
No, 7. 7. I'm sorry.
He got 1 success.
Okay. Oh, actually, the other
Lord,
people.
The NPCs are better than we are.
Actually, and then all the other ones have the exact same setup. So actually, go ahead and roll for me, Tony. Roll 6 dice, 7 dice rather. I'm sorry for the first
76.
NPC.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me get them out here.
For Germanus.
One success.
Nice.
Out of that.
Germanus makes it through. All right. Go ahead, Yang, and roll for Laria.
7.
Yep, 76.
Ooh, 2 successes.
Nice. All right. Well, that's going to save 2 people. There's only 2 left. Oh no, there's 3. There's 2 left. So if one of them fails, you're probably still going to be good. Go ahead, Nikki, and roll for Tabarak.
All right. 7.
Same things. Yep. Yeah, these guys are pretty strong.
And then 2. 2 successes.
2.
2 6s. Yep.
Nice. All right, that's plenty. But still, Mike, go ahead and roll for Corral. Anything?
Sorry, no successes.
All right, but there was plenty with the group. So the group of survivors all kind of managed to somehow they grab onto the wall. Basically, it's probably because they were so sick they were all like leaning against the walls. So when this happened, they were like, oh, and they were just like using the handholds to get through. The doors slam shut, and you find yourselves cut off now from, at least on this level, from going back. And you look and you see 2 things. One is you clearly, I mean, you've been on plenty of big ships to notice this. There is a locker with exosuits in it, you would imagine. I mean, it says right on it, exosuits. And you see a computer terminal that does not look broken.
Cyrus doesn't notice anything right now with Saeed like pulling her through and like now on top of her. She's just like she's just kind of breathless and her face is like completely flush red and she's just kind of like oh thanks.
Saeed looks at her and goes, "You're okay. You can let go of me now."
Yes, breathe.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry.
You can breathe now.
Yeah.
RF is going to run towards the computer terminal, and he wants to see if we can pull up a schematic, a map diagram to figure out which way we need to go from here.
Okay, excellent.
Ramon's gonna. Oh, go ahead.
Yep, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry. Everybody, give your actions first.
Ramon's gonna tell Shanaz, it's like, a little child. I must put you down for now. I will use the exosuit. Just stay close to this nice little lady here. And then he goes over to the exosuit and tries to put that on.
Okay. Yeah, roll just 1d6.
D6. Okay. 4.
Yeah, you open the locker. There's 4 exosuits in here, actually.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, being an exosuit specialist, he quickly slips into one.
Nice. Excellent. So you're doing that. Go ahead, Tony, and test Datagen. On the computer.
Let's see here. 1 success.
Okay. Next to the bulkhead door separating the different sections of the ship are terminals interfacing with the ship's computer. Yeah. The computer fires up, and the ship's computer comes online. You hear the voice, and it knows you by your handprint because you came into the ship and logged in, and it says, "Welcome, Arif. How can I help you? Suleiman at your service." Suleiman is the ship's computer. Kind of a long, kind of a low, kind of chill voice, and it says, "It seems the ship has undergone some radiation damage, and there are fires on," and it starts reading off like various areas of the ship that there are fires.
Yeah, he'll look at that, and then he's going to respond back and go, "Show nearest route to Hangar Bay."
Okay. Yeah, the Suleiman brings up a map, which I'll put into the Roll20 so you guys will have it. There is a schematic of the ship that gives information that you will get. He also tells you that there are no life signs on the bridge currently. The ship is currently in the Harrow system, and we failed to jump. We are drifting towards the star, and will reach D-Zone in 18 hours. There are large sections of the ship destroyed, and only some survivors. They are clustering in the medical bay. He also shows you on the map where there's escape pods, but of course you have a ship, so you don't know that. Let's see. It tells you that the ship was flooded with radiation, which obviously you know, and the sensor controls are destroyed, and that's why there's been no evacuation order because the crew is killed. Also, you would know this, and he tells you that that you would want to go. Well, whether you want to, somebody will want to go to the bridge and recover the emerald gem, and you would know that an emerald gem is basically like the black box to say what was happening, what happened, what caused the problem. So Suleiman says, "The emerald gem can only be accessed at the bridge because my systems have been cut off in most of the ship. Most of the... Oh, yes. We are 1 AD, which is basically a day's journey on a ship, from the Haruma station." And what else information would you get? Okay, the Medilab is fine. Also, Suleiman tells you that if you want to go to the Medilab, that he can light directions strips on the floor. Otherwise, you can go the other way, but you just keep going the way you're going, basically. Because you got a limited success, you would know the following. The escape pods work, but they are not powerful enough to achieve escape velocity. So anybody that goes into an escape pod will not be able to escape unless a ship pulls them out as well. You can... Okay, the Emerald Disc, I told you that. The jump crew's dead on the bridge. I already told you that too. Oh, there's 47. Huh? See, I told you those people. There's 47 life forms on board, but there may be more. And the chapel is... Oh. The chapel is cut off from the rest of the ship, and Suleiman is in contact with a group there. There's a group trapped there. And that's it. That's all you get from that. That's a lot of information all at once. But so basically, to summarize, you got the map to the ship, so you can keep going the way you're going if you'd like. Most people that are on the ship, at least 47 survivors, are heading towards the Medilab because they've been heavily irradiated. The ship is going to crash into the star in 18 hours. You are near a portal station, which is 1 day away flying. And if you do put people in escape pods, then they'll need to be picked up by a ship. Otherwise, they'll go into the sun as well. And also the Emerald Disc. I call it Emerald Jewel. Too much D&D in my mind. The Emerald Disc is in the bridge. Also are the weapons, if you wanted weapons. Anything else specifically you want to ask the computer at this point? Or?
No, man, after it repeats all this back, RF will just look towards a mirror to see what she suggests to do from there.
Oh boy.
Is there a docking station either near the medical bay or near the bridge?
Not near the bridge, no, definitely not. Near the medical bay, there's one that's close, but not right at the medical bay. Although it has very likely been destroyed. Suleiman wouldn't be able to tell you that information right this second because you didn't get a critical success. So you would know that there are docking bays all over the ship, but you also know that he actually says that like some of the medium-sized ships, like the ones that were slightly larger than yours, were all like attached to the docking bays on the other side of the ship, and they're all destroyed. So whether or not you might be able to like fly up there, but you'll probably have to do you'll probably have to put exosuits and go back and forth if you want to get people off that way. Like you won't be able to just dock to it. You would know that just from being a space person. Assuming that you can get over there. So, yeah. And it's 9 o'clock, so this is a perfect time for you guys to sit on that and kind of think about what you think you might want to do. I can put some of that information in the group too, so you guys can... and I'll put the schematic of the ship, so you guys will have all that in Roll20 for next week. But yeah, that was super fun. I guess we should do experience, right? Should we do that first? I think so, right?
Yeah.
Would you guys like to have experience? I mean, players, they always want their experience points. If I can find it again. I can never find it. I'm always like the worst at finding this. I'm sure it's in the right spot where it should be, but for some reason I can never find it. I'm just going to look for experience. I'm gonna screenshot it is what I'm going to do next time. And we will go through and see if people will get experience points or not. If anybody remembers where it is in the book and wants to tell me, I accept that. I know it's in like the weirdest spot. It's like, hold on, XP. Maybe.
It is. It's on page 28.
28
of the book. My PDF says 30, but 28.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the PDF as well because my book is sitting on the other side of the house. I didn't feel like running over there. 28. I should just go by the pages instead of going like this. Okay. 28. It's a beautiful book, though. It's so beautiful. Someday I'll figure out what they're thinking when they lined it up. I'm sure that they had a reason for doing it this way. Okay, here it is. Experience points. Let me screenshot this. So I have
I'm gone.
Sorry. Okay. All right. So We have to answer these questions. Do I get experience points too? Probably not. Did you participate in this session? I think you all did that. So you can have 1 experience point for that. Let's see. Did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew to reach its current goal? Yeah, I think so. You all worked together, right? Did anybody not overcome something? No, you all kind of pitched in. You all did different jobs, right?
Yep, I think we
Yep.
did.
Unless somebody wants to throw somebody on the bus right now, you can do that.
Well, I'm just saying that ramen.
Well, this one's a tricky. So, did you put yourself or your crew at risk because of your personal problem?
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah,
No.
Ramen did a little bit. Ramen tried really hard. So, yes, I don't know if anyone else.
No, I did not.
I'm gonna say I couldn't have my.
Yeah, it's not relevant right now.
Yeah.
Only Ramen, who's the speed freak, and kept trying to get you to go places that you shouldn't have. Yeah, I don't think it was a personal problem came up. Did you learn something new about yourself or another PC? I think so. That's a gimme, I think, usually in the beginning, right? You guys learning something new? Yep. And did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy? So that would depend on who your buddy is. Who's your buddy there, Ramen? Do you have a buddy?
Shanaz?
Oh, nice. Yes, experience point for you. Wow, that is milk in the system.
Wow.
What?
I'm just giving it to you for the cleverness. That was good. Yes. Yes.
Who?
Wow. Y'all knows how to play the game.
Yeah.
I missed.
That was-
I missed.
And suddenly we
missed that.
picked up an NPC too.
Yes.
This is our new ship mascot.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was-
okay. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, you did, so that was good for you. Okay, so who's your buddy there, Arif?
Wow.
Oh,
I would
you don't have a buddy?
I would think probably Cyrus. I mean, he probably attunes to her more than the rest of them, I would think.
Okay. Did you sacrifice or risk something for them this session?
Yeah, I mean, we tried to get the water, to break the water loose to knock the fire down so they could get
That
through.
is 100% true. Yes. So go ahead and take a point. Cyrus, how about you? Did you sacrifice something for your PC buddy, which I guess is also the same as Tony's, because you guys are.
Yeah, Arif is also my buddy. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I sacrificed anything for Arif. I don't know. I told him where the communicator was, and I'm not sure I really sacrificed anything for Arif this session, though.
Okay, well, you will. I'm sure. How about the other two? Amira?
Nope. I don't
Nope.
think I did for Saeed. No. Not this
No,
time.
Right.
And Amir is too capable for me to actually have to sacrifice anything.
Yeah.
Oh no. I should...
Well, and of course, if anybody thinks, like if you think of something, you're just like, oh no, remember you did whatever, that's totally fine. I mean, it's not just up to you guys to decide. It's a group thing. But if you think of something, okay. So did you act in accordance to your icon? That really depends on what your icon is. So who's your icon there, Raman?
It's the deckhand.
Oh. And what's the deckhand like? Do you know? Because I don't.
Well, I mean, my character was going to say the deckhand has backhanded us again a bunch of times, but
Sure, curse your icon.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, he's like the god of what's it called, like ships and things. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Hold on, let me see. I actually don't know them well enough to. I know like what they cover, but I don't know what they like about them well enough to really know this. We're kind of learning this together here, so we'll have to know that better. How about the? Maybe that's something we'll discuss next time when we would know better, and we can always retrofit XP for it if we feel like it was a. So look up your icon and see what their dealio is. I forget where it is in the book. It's like in the. It's
I just got there. 26.
Oh.
The 9
That describes-
icons.
26 has like a little bit of information. There's a lot more detail starting on page like 230, 232.
Yeah.
Okay, that gets into it like deeper. Okay.
Yeah,
That
that has like all the information on like what you can offer to them and all that kind of stuff.
Did you say 232?
Yeah, 232 is where it begins.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So just look into your. We'll deal with that next time, so we don't have to sit there and look at it now. You guys can explain whether or not you are like your icons at each session, and if you are, then you get a.
Well, real quick, I will say that like I did bring up like it was meant to be a funny moment, though no one laughed. But I did bring up that like I looked down at my icon and I was like, "Hey, don't worry, you're going to get a new disciple pretty soon." You know, when Ramen was like talking about running through the radiation field. I mean, I don't know if that's in the spirit of like that of that.
I'm not
question.
sure. It might be.
I mean,
I think
did
I think.
at least. Oh, sorry.
What page is it on? 252. Well, I mean, we have to interpret it how we're going to interpret it. So if you think so, I mean, I'm not going to say no. If you feel like that's your, if that's acting in accordance to your icon, I'll go with that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, because I brought up that, like, you know, she is the Lady of Tears is the one who guides the dead, and I was bringing up like, oh, you're gonna get another, you know, soul pretty soon, you know, because Ramen was making suggestions to run through radiation fields.
Right. So she's cold. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
And uncaring.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, forget it. Maybe I didn't. I'll take my experience point back.
No. I'm asking. I mean, this is a discussion. It's not me dictating at all by any means. I haven't read it yet.
I don't know. I mean, like
that makes sense.
I'm trying to because I'm just saying, like, I at least brought up and talked about, like, you know, the Lady of Tears, and you know, kind of at least brought up an understanding that, like, I got that she was like, you know, that she was the one who collected the dead and stuff, you know.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. I think 100%. I mean, it even says the dark aspect of the lady is the butcher or executioner who hacks off body parts until nothing is left, but still leaves the ghost trapped. So that is kind of dark. So yeah, I think I mean, it's a pretty dark thing to say. I mean, you know, so yeah, I'm for it. I mean, I get this. This is not me dictating. I mean, unless somebody else wants to argue against it.
No,
you know, I think it seems legit. That sounds legit to me. Yeah, 100%.
Regarding the deckhand, I had a chance to quickly go through that, and it says the best sacrifice to the deckhand is a well-kept shop, balanced account, and meticulous service to one ship. And one of the first thing that Rahman did say was that he wants to find out whether if the ship, the Oasis, is still intact and in good order.
Okay, yeah, 100%. Have an experience point. Anybody else?
I think I acted in accordance with my judge, because the judge also has the other side of the martyr, who accepts that some punishments are unjust, and when she knows she has to probably abandon some of these irradiated people, like she said to Saeed, sometimes it's not fair, but that's the way it is. So that's my little argument.
Okay, that sounds legit to me. How about you, Tony? What's your message? What's your?
I'm the merchant.
Oh.
I don't know, man. I don't understand enough of it yet to try to even guess right now.
Kind and generous side of the icon is depicted smiling woman giving alms to the poor. Good harvest. Darker side is a miser who can be found. Lust for burr. Oh, you didn't do that. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. We'll play it by ear or whatever. I mean, if you feel like that that you have a reason.
With the merchant, don't the darker side, like you were talking about the darker side, like Arif took from the dead body that loot, and he never said anything about it. If that's something that would be in conjunction with what the merchant would do, then he acted in a way that the merchant would.
Yeah, I think he was the only one who actually looted the body.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, didn't someone take
didn't say anything to anyone about it?
Didn't someone take the satchel and give it to him though?
Yeah, no, Saeed gave him the thing, and I don't. I mean, Tony, you can tell us what your character was thinking. I didn't take that as he was keeping it to himself, more than it
Yeah.
was just like you guys were on the move and there was no
Yeah,
time to deal with
exactly.
that.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's not that he's keeping it to himself. I mean, it's more concerned we need to get to the ship than sit here and discuss
Yeah.
what's in a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that in this case, none of that really was in effect. How about Saeed? Do we already decide Saeed?
No, but I think the messenger, he's kind of a jack of all trades.
Mhm.
So just asking for luck is part of his aspect, as well as making sure that you convey things such as cargo or people or
And you did
secrets.
you did lead the people.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Why not? All right, there you go. So Yong's on like 7th level now.
Oh man.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe Young. I don't know because I think you've done every one of them. If you get 5 points, you can increase stuff. And that's on the fly. So as soon as you get 5 points, you can use it or you can hold it. I think you can hold up to 10 points before you have to use them. So if you don't want to use it right away, you don't have to. We'll continue to progress through this ship as the radiation tears it apart and you move closer and closer to the sun. Well, the star. Let's do that. And then we'll do.
That's funny how we're so used to D&D games. Everybody's saying loot the body. Well, I've looted the body.